So, the PlayStation State of Play just aired and we got our first proper announcement trailer for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Sonic's latest and looking like it's going to be the franchise's greatest racing game. Maybe, perhaps, we'll see. Still too early to say, but the potential is there from this trailer. Now, I may just be riding the high of having just seen it, but I really am liking what I see. There is so much to unpack about it, so let's take it from the top and see what we've got. Right off the bat, we have our first set of confirmed playable characters. We've got the expected lot like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Amy, Silver, Eggman, who is now riding a car that looks like the Sonic 2 Drillmobile, you know, the first boss, iconic as it is. We also have Vector, Omega, Cream, Big, and Metal Sonic, but returning from the Riders series, we have Jet the Hawk, and a newcomer to the racing games, Sage, who I must say is riding a car that looks, if I didn't know better, suspiciously like Giganto. Bloody Giganto, that's actually awesome. Ah, my boy's a car. We have a glimpse at the gameplay, and we have the characters now performing all sorts of acrobatics in their cars, presumably some kind of newly input trick system, new mechanics. But the real draw here is this new ring teleport system. To address the obvious elephant in the room here, this is probably inspired by the use of rings in the Sonic movies, where they can be used to get from one location to the next, either within a world or straight up to other worlds. It's like a traversal device. That seems to be the same here, and is implied that characters will be moving mid-stage from world to world, hence the title, no doubt. So let's look at the first world we're going to, and it made me so happy, because it's from the Storybook games. We're finally getting proper storybook game acknowledgement for the first time in what feels like many years. Dinosaur Jungle is back from Sonic and the Secret Rings. That stage was so scenic and so funky as well. To see this make a return is genuinely a big surprise, and a welcome one to be sure. We haven't seen much of the stage yet, but we're seeing a 2007 stage now redone and brought up to spec for the modern generation. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of the visual revamp. But that's clearly not all that this game has up its sleeve, because no, in a mechanic reminiscent of Sonic All-Stars Transformed, you can seemingly transform your car mid-stage, as we see Sonic going from his car to a monster truck. And then, after a transition, we see that the extreme gear from Sonic Riders is back. We've got a Sonic Riders gameplay style, a Secret Ring stage, mid-2000 peeps, we are back, and at last something that can finally wash out the nasty taste of Sonic Free Riders from our mouths. That was a fairly disgraceful way for the Riders series to go out, so I'm thrilled that they're being brought back here, because the Riders series, the first two anyway, I really love. And it's an absolute joy to see them back, because they have some of the best general art direction and visual style that I just would love to see more of in Sonic games. Our next stage is revealed, and it's Metal Harbor from Sonic Adventure 2. And it has flying segments. This is actually great. This game seems to be taking inspiration from various different Sonic racing games that have been released up to this point. We've got Riders representation, we've got All-Star Racing Transformed representation. If you want to boil it down to its bare essentials, then the whole thing is just a spin-off of Sonic Drift. I think it's a very cool, positive step that Sega are going back and seeing what worked with those previous installments of the Sonic Racing franchise, and putting them into here, to hopefully make the ultimate one. Plus, Metal Harbor music in the background of the trailer. You are winning me. You are winning me. The remixes are some of the things that I'm looking forward to seeing the most. Well, not seeing, hearing the most in these games, because they're always bangers. The next zone that we have being shown to us is Pirate Storm. Again, from Sonic and the Secret Rings, now with added boo-boo ghosts and giant squids. So it's really carrying that whole swashbuckly, ghosty aesthetic, haunted ships. It's looking like that, and I really enjoy it, so I wonder if there's going to be any inspiration from, say, Sonic Rush Adventure, which is also another swashbuckling adventure, so it would be cool to see some rep for that. I mean, that is more of a smaller cut, but I think it's possible. Next up, we only have a quick look at this stage, but I have a feeling that this is perhaps Adabat from Sonic Unleashed. I recognise the bunting, which was an especially big part of the Wii version of Jungle Joyride, but I could be wrong. But I feel like Adabat would be a fantastic stage to put in. I mean, we've had Rooftop Run representation for a long time in the franchise, so it's time somewhere else got to go. We also have the Drill Wisps in here, because, well, the Wisps are here to stay, let's be honest. I'm interested to see how they'll fit in this time. We have a Chow Park, and a small glimpse at another stage through the Squid's Eye, which may or may not be a new version of Terminal Velocity from Sonic Colors, which would be awesome to see back. So yes, it's absolutely rad seeing all these new modes, and hopefully there's going to be a customization element to it as well. I mean, the Twitter page has posted the trailer with the caption, "Build your ultimate vehicle and race against land, sea, air, space, and time in Sonic Racing Crossworlds." So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of customization. Obviously, we have got a lot of stages still to go, so who knows what we could have? I mean, we could go into the past, we could maybe even tap into some Sonic CD elements. I mean, I would love to have a Stardust Speedway zone where you could go from past to present to future. That would be mental. Anything set on Little Planet for me would be very welcome. So I'm very keen to see what stages they have actually done for this, because we've got the storybook games represented, and those are other universes, so who knows, we could get something representing the movies maybe? I don't want to raise my own hopes too high, or set my expectations too high, but given the Tokyo DLC for Shadow Generations, I feel there is a chance. I don't think we'll see anything from Sonic Boom, because Sega are probably pretending that doesn't exist, but maybe Sonic Prime? I wasn't the biggest fan of Sonic Prime, but I'd be welcome to see some of the locales represented, like New York City. The storybook game acknowledgement has really given me some hope that they're not just going to go through the same motions again, but if they're going to do something so bold, then it would likely be a marketing crutch for closer to the game's release. The visual quality seems to be the same as Team Sonic Racing, which I can kinda expect, seeing as the game is still on past-gen consoles instead of being new-gen exclusives, which I feel, while accessible and a sales booster, may start to hold them back if they keep on doing this for the mainline games. But obviously there's nothing wrong doing it for a racing game, you want to get all the families in. As well as that, you can sign up for the closed beta test, which begins February the 21st, so very soon actually. Of course, at the time of editing this, the site is actually under maintenance because, let's face it, all the Sonic fans stampeded the site and the whole thing buckled faster than a pyramid of cards in a light breeze. But no, I'm really liking the look of this. The Sonic Racing games have been something that I've enjoyed quite a lot over the years, from All Stars Racing back in the day. And if this one can continue elevating the possibilities of the Sonic Racing games and enhancing the scope and really driving it forward in the best way they can, then maybe the reputation of the series will start inching closer to standing alongside Mario Kart in a market where Mario just flat out owns it. Like, he owns the party kart racer, no doubt. And it is inevitable that comparisons will be drawn between Crossworlds and the upcoming Switch 2 Mario Kart. But for now, let's enjoy this little bubble of speculation and potential. I, for one, like what I see. Anyway, what do you think about Crossworlds? Are you excited? Are you going to sign up to the beta? What do you think of the storybook games being brought back in? Let me know, I would love to hear your thoughts. So until next time, see ya!